What is good, Cardano fam, Ada gang? We have so many exciting updates to unpack today. Massive sponsor for Cardano Summit, Elijah Wood and Charles Hoskinson, and more. So hit that subscribe, hit that like. I want to say thank you to the community. You guys are amazing. Thank you for your kind words, for your support. We're almost at 5K subscribers here on YouTube, and we crossed 2,000 followers on Twitter. So thank you very much, Angry Crypto fam. Cardano ADA surpasses 95 million transactions with zero downtime. With Brazil becoming the first country to list a Solana ETF, what do you think will be the next digital asset to get the ETF treatment? Well, it's a nice poll. And if you guys don't know about NDAX, in my opinion, is arguably the best Canadian exchange. They're not new. They're one of the early innovators, and they were one of the first to list Cardano. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see a USA, American-centric ETF. Now, of course, we already have what I call next generation ETPs or ETFs over with the Swiss and German ETPs with staking and whatnot. But I think we will see this. And a reminder, guys, that the 21 CEO with nearly 7 billion, billions asset under management, was calling for large interest in Cardano ETFs. So it's just a matter of time. Maybe we can get this to 90% or higher. Everything is always linked in the description, as always. Big news, guys. This is huge, huge. Charles, another reminder that tomorrow, 10 a.m. PST, we'll be speaking with RFK Jr. This is so exciting because I can't wait to see the conversations they have about Cardano, for Robert to learn more about Cardano, what was discussed before, during, after, and outside of this event. And it will also be live streamed, so I will also see if I can react to it or something. Let me know if you guys want to see a react to the live stream, but this is so exciting. This is massive for Cardano. Elijah and Zach in the house to DJ. Of course, classic Lord of the Rings, none other than Elijah Wood. And Elijah Wood is not new to music, is not new to DJing. I found an interesting post here on Reddit watching Elijah Wood and Zach Cowie do an all-vinyl DJ set last Friday, over 10 years ago. So vinyl. So yes, he can beat match. Yes. So it's not fake. Okay, so you see some of the overlaps here. The beat matching is not fake, much like how the transactions are not fake on the Voldemort networks. But we'll get into that towards the end of the video. Cardano Yoda was going off on like the fake active addresses. So hat goes off to Charles, Elijah, and Zach in the house, the DJ, and they have a group called Wood and Wisdom. You can see them on SoundCloud, on Instagram. Very nice, very nice. Real recognizes real. Charles and the CTO of IOG are drinking Sneck Energy. I didn't notice this at first, so appreciate the good Sneck for bringing this to my attention. This is big, guys. Strike Finance, I watched this clip a couple times over. They've delivered an update where you can come back to the community and call them out, where if they say, hey, ADA's trash, it's going to zero, you can tell them to put their money where their mouth is and do some sort of like forwards on Cardano, like if it's going to short, if it's going to long, and you can do it all on chain, and the UX is fabulous. You can then share the link over with that hater and bet on Cardano that, hey, if it's going to go to zero, let's see, and put collateral, instant transaction. Very nice. I love this stuff because it's interesting to see community members bet of like, oh, you think it's going to go to zero? Okay, I just made a call here. Put your money where your mouth is. Very nice. Great chat with Charles today at Rare Evo about Bees Hive NFT, helping set up an apiary, I don't even know how to pronounce that, on his property in Wyoming. Here's the hive where we're gifting him this weekend. Very nice gift. Very nice. So much thought put into Cardano, you know? It's not like, you see, if this was like a fake network, you know what they would do? They bring in like Kim K to start DJing. Because lots of followers, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they would do. They bring in Kim K. But we're focusing on real recognized real. And I gotta say, I love the choppa. Love the get to the choppa. I like the Nike pig there. Very cute. Who doesn't love animals, man? Input, output. Very good. And bees are integral to the natural ecosystem, right? With their pollen, it's so important. So really like these efforts by community members. Big news, guys. However you feel about this brand, put your emotions aside, okay? We got to celebrate our wins. We're happy to share that CNBC Arabia is the headline sponsor for the Cardano Summit. So while other events sometimes bring in some shady actors, I'm not going to say, they know who they are, Cardano is working with some great brands. Now, like I said, however you feel about politics, put it aside, because as a certified UX designer, I can tell you that when they put brands like this, Cardano continues to raise the perceived value, and there's something in UX called halo effect. When you go shopping and you see MasterCard, Visa, secured this, SSL, these raise your perceived security and perceived value of a project, and this all ties into the safe and secure classical conditioning as a result of the narrative going on, which adds to FOMO, speculation, all of that. The genius chain, right? The peer-reviewed chain. And this is great. Love to see this being the headline sponsor. Big things. Now, speaking of big things, IOG, of course, putting out the weekly development report. Let's focus on some of the key highlights here. 10 teams attending Rare Evo. Lace 1.14 released. Hydra version 0.18 released. GovTool is live on the preview and SanchoNet testnets. Catalyst Horizons report released. Finally, education team retrospective in progress for recently concluded training at UTN. I gotta say, I see a lot of updates from UTN, so fabulous work. Thank you for these updates. I love those infographics. This wallet has accumulated nearly 1.4 million ADA worth of SNEC. Not too shabby, 1.4 million ADA. So, know something that we don't. I mean, I gotta say, SNEC they have a beautiful cadence, beautiful professional brand, and every day I keep checking, is SNEC.fun live? Is SNEC.fun live? Is SNEC.fun live? It's not live yet. I did check today, but very soon. I'm very excited to see that collaboration between SNEC and Splash, I believe, to launch the next pumped.fun alternative. Guys, Cardano is just based, and I love this merch. This is a custom shirt, custom made World Mobile jersey shared by Clover. Would you guys wear this? What do you guys think about jerseys like this and just Cardano merch in general? Sometimes crypto merch is cringe, but this is handfully put together. I like this. The beautiful logo in the front, Cardano on the back as a player name. This is well done. I don't even wear much polyester jerseys like this, but I think I would rep it. Would you guys wear this shirt? Let me know. Let me know what would you do. We read about Hydra Fast TPS. Now, this is very long, but I'm going to focus on a couple of things here. A serious disadvantage present in current Layer 2 state channel protocols is that existing Layer 1 smart contract infrastructure and contract code cannot be reused off-chain without change. In this paper, we introduce Hydra, an isomorphic multi-party state channel. Hydra simplifies off-chain protocol and smart contract development by directly adopting the Layer 1 smart contract system. In this way, allowing the same code to be used both on-chain and off-chain. Taking advantage of the extended UTXO model, we develop a fast off-chain protocol for evolution of Hydra heads, our isomorphic state channels, that has smaller round complexity than all previous proposals and enables the state channel processing to advance on demand, concurrently and asynchronously. I'm hearing stuff that's in my mind, I'm okay, chunking stuff, fast, instant finality, mitigating latency. Oh, this is so amazing because we're not even seeing the fruit of this labor yet, and I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited for that. I don't want to do injustice to Hydra, but Hydra in a nutshell, if you're wondering, what's Hydra? It's the layer on top of the settlement layer, it's the layer on top that will mitigate latency and just go crazy bonkers with throughput. I'm not a developer, so excuse me for if I don't comment on exact micro details on it. Why do I like Cardano? So I'll put a post today. People are liking this. Capped supply, DDoS resistance, global compliance, liquid native staking, living rent-free in the haters' minds, lowest inflation, maximum decentralization, next generation ETFs or ETPs, predictable costs, that's a big one, strong community, uncapped scalability, zero hacks and outages. And the list goes on. Some more members commented, and there was a nice reply here by Marco. Highest on decentralization index, largest committed community, voting power for future development, liquid staking, 160 projects built, 1,300 underway, running for over 2,500 days, no outages, operates in over 110 countries, 3,100 validators, no wallet drainers, no slippage. Hashtag Cardano. Don't mind if I do. Okay, guys, it's time to get a little zesty, and I saw the Mr. Voldemort. He's trying to get some attention, guys. We're not gonna give Mr. Voldemort attention because I really respect your guys' feedback, and I don't want to do that. But You guys, I know you guys recognize this pic. Now, I did watch that video weeks ago about the smoke and mirrors, but the same guy that made the video, DB Crypto, he's saying another great read by Cardano Yoda. It's great that he's enjoying the reads from Cardano Yoda on why current metrics are garbage. Most of the time, manipulated or completely false. Speaking of music, guys, right? Like a shite chain would invite like Kim K to do music, but she can't even beat match or have a deep level of production DJing skills. The same way that when we come back to, being manipulated and being false in the music industry, I remember that many guys would buy their way to the top 100 on Beatport. Beatport is not that popular now, but top 10 Beatport tracks were a way to get booked and get gigs, and people would finesse the hell out of that. So finessing in smoke and mirrors is nothing new, and I would argue has been multiplied as a result of machine learning and bots and what have you. So we have to have even stronger diligence. So I appreciate people like Cardano Yoda and DB Crypto. And I definitely recommend, if you guys are interested, read Cardano Yoda's tweet in full detail. So a daily active address is not really the same. A DAA is not the same as DAU. So there's some context here, because you have addresses and then you have like active addresses. Cardano Yoda says in crypto, statistics are often manipulated or presented without proper context. Influencers frequently share inaccurate or deliberately distorted information. Daily active addresses, or DAA, is an important piece of blockchain usage data, but people must not confuse addresses with users. In the table, you can see the daily active addresses for some blockchains. So we see here, and it puts like Ripple 30K, Cardano 30K. What's with the huge disparity, right? Because at first glance, it's like, oh man, these are ghost chains. What's going on here? Ghost chains. No. DAA refers to the unique public addresses that actively transact on a blockchain in the last 24 hours. It includes both sender and receiver addresses. For Solana, a reported DAA of 1.6 million would imply that at least one transaction was sent from 800 unique sender addresses to 800 unique recipient addresses. The ratio between sender and recipient addresses can be different. Solana supports multiple recipients in a single transaction. It is possible to include multiple destination addresses when creating a transaction, allowing users to send assets to several recipients simultaneously. It is similar to Cardano and other blockchains. Multiple transactions could be sent between unique sender and recipient addresses. This fact does not matter in the context of DAA. The issue is that a single user can own multiple addresses. So you can kind of like add smoke and mirrors, right? Especially if like during transactions you start making new addresses to just inflate the number. These sort of tactics are just car salesman tactics. It's nothing new. This isn't like a crypto thing. This is something that in the industry has been done, whether it's like blow up the SoundCloud plays and they're fake, blow up the Instagram stuff and it's fake. And apps are getting better, but it's just a constant, right? It's a thing where people just want to finesse and run up to the top. And again, I come back to what I said, guys, of like, tell me of another network, and there are a few, but Cardano, when got listed on CoinMarketCap 7 years ago, is still in the top 10, 15. And there's been projects that are completely wrecked, like nothing is there. It's zero or a honeypot. So often some of the most resilient networks like Cardano are the ones most fudded, and we're the ones that have a true community. But if you're going to try and speed run it, then you got to do a little bit of the number playing here. For instance, if Alice and Bob want to send 10 transactions to each other, they can reuse a single address for each transaction or generate a new address each time. Thus, for 10 transactions between two users, they could just use two addresses or as many as 20. That's a big, that's an important thing. In the picture, you can see that Alice and Bob each generate only one address for 10 transactions. Only two addresses get into the DAA statistics. In this scenario, you can see that Alice and Bob generate a new address every time for 10 transactions. So you see that here, number 1 to 2, another transaction. And the result is it's two real people. But to the surface and for metrics and for all those dumbo KOLs who don't know what they're talking about, they don't have a deep understanding. They just read words, they don't realize it, right? That's an important thing. Context is that 20 addresses have been created, but there's not 18 other people, right? To interpret a DAA of 1.6 million as 1.6 million unique users, we would have to assume that each unique user corresponds to a unique user. This would mean that all users reuse addresses and no one generates new ones, which is unrealistic, right? That's not a realistic assumption. In some ecosystems like Ethereum, addresses are often reused. This is true. However, in other ecosystems, generating new addresses for each transaction is preferred to enhance user privacy and security. For Solana, it is recommended to generate new addresses for new transactions. And you know what bots can do, users can do too. So you add 1 plus 2 and you can see how you can get to that. If bots can do this and users do it unknowns to them, right? Then you're gonna have a playing of the numbers. And as we've seen even in Silicon Valley, whether it's GPUs saying, oh, look at this 8 gigabyte card with trash compute power, the numbers don't speak about the deeper level. Why is it that if there's 1.6 million users, they can't even show up to a poll? I'm so fed up with clowns downgrading and slamming the achievements on Cardano while defending fraud and kind of smoke and mirrors. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you like Solana's pure trash. I'm going to try always my best to be impartial, but it's unfortunate that there is smoke and mirrors. There is some smoke and mirrors. I don't know about the performance of this after this cycle. I have a tiny bit, but I wouldn't recommend people to get into this ecosystem. I would tell them to look at Cardano and other projects personally. So what do you guys think? And it's the guy who made this video. I mean, he's saying, like, he even said like it's worth a video. So we might even see a new video upload by him in deeper level regarding these active addresses and whatnot. Let's talk about the price and let's talk about Bitcoin dominance and Google Trends. So we're still in that buying window that I'm talking about, the local floor that's around 24 cents. Of course, I always been saying to this day, 24 to 39 cent is my buying window. I last bought at 369. I'm waiting to see kind of what happens the next few weeks before I buy more. When I do buy more, I'll let you know and I'll tell you the price that I snagged more Cardano at. When we take a glance at Bitcoin dominance, guys, it's rising. And have you noticed it's kind of pegged 1-to-1? As Bitcoin dominance goes up, trolls troll harder. They don't know how to read. They don't know how to look at data. Trust the data. Don't trust the trolls. Because I put another tweet out today and I said United States ranks 27th for global Bitcoin searches on Google. 27th. And we dropped down to 21% of May 2021 peaks. Keep that in mind. We're at basically 20% of the peaks of this, combined with United States being 27th. Guys, I'm so bullish and you should be too. Alt season is coming in a way that people will not expect. And the same people who are ripping on it, who can't open their eyes and read, the eyes I want to see, the ears I want to hear, they're going to get wrecked. They're going to buy that top. They're going to buy that top. So I'm going to keep scooping up. Send it lower. Send it lower. Send it lower and lower. I'm going to keep buying that because Cardano has incredible fundamentals. It is the Bitcoin V2 and it's time tested. We know that BTC dominance was around 40% here and a 40% here. So look at the trolls. Look at the data. People lie. The line does not lie. And we have to know the context, whether it be BTC dominance, Google Trends, or in the case of Solana doing some nonsense with 1.6 million. Where art thou for your post? Where art thou? Take a good look at the influencer tokens. I won't even name one of them. And on Solana, you're going to laugh your ass off. So guys, at the end of the day, know what you hold. Don't listen to me. I'm trying to don't listen to everything I say and follow exactly what I'm doing. I like to share the bullish narratives that excite me. Obviously, I'm going to miss some projects, so feel free to comment them below. I'm always happy to take a look at projects. I believe in disclosure. I believe in thinking about trajectories, not this 5-minute influencer token nonsense, which they've all hit the dumpster. So Cardano, will it surpass its previous all-time high? Absolutely, I think so. I have strong conviction that this is going to outperform many projects and surprise a lot of people. And there's so many reasons to back that up. Let me know, guys, what is your price prediction for Cardano? Do you think it will just blast through the previous all-time high? Is it too much of a far stretch of us hitting like $10, like getting to the double digits? And when do you think that will happen? I see more and more Chads, they're saying the cold months, and that aligns with what we've been saying for months now, guys. If you've been following the channel, we've been saying that post-halving, it's going to go a little bearish. It's going to have some jitter, and alas, that was true. And everything we're seeing, guys, is preparing us for, a catapult alt season like we've never seen before. I think Q1 2025, but feel free to let me know. And if you also want to show on a vote, I have that vote up when you think it will be. Q4 this year, Q1 next year, or is it going to be longer in 2025? Hit that subscribe, hit that like. I'll see you guys in the next Angry Crypto Show.